Today you will learn the best YouTube export settings in Premiere Pro. Now let's start. Go up here to File, Export, Media. Now if this is grayed out, don't freak out. It just means that a different area of your workspace is highlighted. Right now the timeline has the blue bar around it, meaning that's what's highlighted. But if you had, let's say, one of these corners here selected, and you went up to File, Export, it's not an option because you're telling it you want to export this part of it, and there's nothing here to export. So when you're in here, in your timeline, File, Export, there it is. Now see the Control M? That's how I always do it. It minimizes the clicks that you need, and it just makes you more efficient and faster. So click off that, hold down Control, hit M, and there's a dialog box that pops up here. Now for the format, let's just work our way down here. H.264, that is what you want. The preset. Now what I'm about to show you here, it's a one-time thing because we're going to create a custom preset for you, so you'll have to do this once. So click Preset, scroll all the way to the bottom here. You want to wait until it says YouTube 1080 if that's what you're going to be exporting it at. If you're shooting 4K, good for you, awesome, click that. But most of us will be 1080. And now here, the output name, that's what the name of the file is going to be. It also tells you where it's going to save to. So let's just say, let's just dump it right into this main folder here. File name, episode 20, Photoshop Restore. Now, the name of the file that it's going to be giving you is based off of whatever the timeline is called. So I always try to name the timeline correctly in the first place when I'm making the timeline, so I don't have to retype something in here. So that, that's fine. Say save. Let's make sure the video tab here is selected and start scrolling down here. Obviously width and height, it's all going to be pre-populated here for you because you chose the YouTube preset. Square pixels, that'll just fill the frame completely. So let's say here. So if you chose something different, you'd get the black bars on top and bottom if that's the look you're going for. But let's just stay square so it fills it properly. Profile high, that's fine. Now if you're really going for quality, you want to render at maximum depth. That will take longer to render, but it will be a sharper image for it to live forever on the internet. So I always recommend taking the extra time, just checking that box off there. Scroll down here. The VBR 1-pass, realistically, between 1-pass and 2-pass, even if you had it side by side, you probably couldn't tell much of a difference. The 2-pass takes a little bit longer. I'm fine just with the 1-pass, that's fine here. And the rest here, the advanced settings, nothing here, you don't have to worry about it. Unless, of course, your video is VR, that's the topic of a whole other video. So right below that video tab, now we're getting into the general stuff here. Use maximum render quality. Again, select that. It will take a little bit longer, but it will be better quality. Now, before you go any further, if this is the first time you've done it, go up here to Save Preset, click that, and you can name it whatever you like. So for example, whatever. We haven't touched the effects, don't worry about it. Save Publish Settings, don't worry about it. Just say OK. And now that all those settings that you just did are here. So next time you go to, let's just close this. Next time you go to Control M and go to Export, it, by default, at least on my machine, the match source high bitrate. We just go right in and select YouTube Upload, which is above the screen capture, but there it is. All right, so go down here. Now, you can either queue it or you can export it. The difference is, if you say queue, it goes into the queue using Adobe Media Encoder. So that application will open and you can render it through there. The benefit there is it frees up Premiere to do additional editing, to do work on another project or whatever you need it to do. Sometimes Premiere is known to be a little bit of a memory hog, and sometimes it really kills your memory. So if it's a larger file or if there's other stuff that you want to do that's memory intensive on your computer, I always say queue. I let it go through Media Encoder and I'll shut down Premiere or just keep working and do whatever I need it to do. If you say export, it will start exporting it within Premiere. And there you have it. Make sure to check out the YouTube tutorial playlist I've got, which is always growing, and make sure to subscribe. I've got new videos coming up every Tuesday for gear reviews, tutorials, and how-to. Have a great rest of your day.